Beheaded many of the residents, especially old men who were not able to flee. They killed, raped and burnt houses. The evidence against the Islamic State group from just one survivor of their onslaught who has fled to Iraq. More than 300,000 people are thought to have left the Syrian town of Kobane in less than 2 months, 15,000 of them now in Iraq. France 24's correspondents have met with some of them. Here's Justin McCurry.
It's the end of a long and dangerous journey. Since the fighting started in Kobane, some 15,000 Syrians are in Iraqi Kurdistan. Every day, refugees crammed into dozens of buses cross the border from Turkey and arrive at Ibrahim Khalil in the northwest of this autonomous region before continuing their journey.
This is for the second convoy arriving now. The security will check them, then we will wait them outside there to do transportation. And that's 2-3 days. We received about 1,000 to 1,800 in a day. Yesterday we received about 600. Today we expect that there will be only about 400 individuals.
On October the 10th, Kurdish authorities finally agreed to allow refugees to enter their territory. After the massive influx of the first few days, the pace of arrivals has slowed a little. Aid workers help the families as soon as they arrive. But there's little they can do to relieve the distress felt by those who witnessed the violence back in Syria.
The conflict started when they attacked us. They wanted to take our daughters. Everybody had to leave. 10 people were killed in my village near Kobane. They beheaded many of the residents, especially the older men who weren't able to flee. These people have raped and killed. They've also burnt down our houses.
The 3 women wipe their tears and get on the bus for the final 6-hour leg of their journey. The passengers all have a few essentials they manage to pick up along the way. Warm clothes to fend off the winter chill, water and a little food. Ahmad, who is on one of the buses on the Iraqi side of the border, says he wants to return to Syria. Aged just 14, he's become his family's breadwinner. He knows that in Iraqi Kurdistan, he can find work quickly and provide for his family.
I want to return and fight for Kobane, but I have no money for the journey, so I have to work here, and then I'll go back.
Did you eat yesterday?
No, we didn't.
Yesterday I didn't eat anything. No? And day before yesterday?
No, 2 days without food.
UN officials concede there's a long way to go before they can bring this humanitarian crisis under control.
None of us know what's going to happen because it depends on the situation in Syria. Even more people will flee Syria to Turkey and then they will come also here. So we have to be ready and expect anything, like even the worst case scenario.
6 hours later, the Syrian refugees arrive at a camp in Kushtapa. But the camp, located 30 kilometers from Erbil, the capital of the Kurdish region of Iraq, is already full. Refugee families have no choice but to sleep in communal tents for a few days and use the time to find a more permanent place to settle.
Is anyone on this bus feeling ill? Are there any orphans? You're telling me these 2 don't have a father, is that right? My friend, my brother, please keep this paper with you. Show it to officials so you can get some help.
Men, women and children file off the bus and are immediately helped by aid workers. Many look gaunt, their eyes red from a sleepless journey and the tears they've shed for the people they had to leave behind.
There were 171 people on those 11 buses. That's about 32 families who arrived here in Kushtapa, a refugee camp for Syrians that was set up last year. You can see mattresses over there and blankets, and there are also pans. This is now an emergency situation, so we give them essential items, especially things they need to survive the winter and to keep them warm.
In one of the tents, Jaylan settles down for the night with her mother and grandmother. She's had to leave her school and her old life behind.
We left Kobane because we were scared of the Islamic State organization. Bombs fell night and day. Children were injured. Houses were destroyed. We had to leave. We hope that Kobane will be liberated so we can go back home to our families.
Since the beginning of the conflict in 2011, more than 215,000 Syrians have sought refuge in Iraq. Less than an hour after Jayla and her family arrived in Kushtapa, A motorcycle arrives carrying 2 big pots of rice and tomato stew. After eating, the refugees try to get some rest. In just a few hours, another wave of refugees will arrive.
A special France 24 report there from Iraq. Justin McCurry reporting. Got sport for you now. Preview for Paris Saint-Germain. They're playing